Are you looking for the bike phone mounts? In this video we will look at some of the 4 bike phone mounts on the market. Before we get started with our video, we have included links in the description. So make sure you check those out to see which one is in your budget range. Number 1. Best overall. The difference with the Peak design is that when you replace the phone on the bar, you only need to get it reasonably close to the mount, and the magnetic field grabs and locks it securely in place. Our testers noted, it's like dropping a piece of metal near a strong magnet, it just snaps into place. By comparison, replacing the phone on most mounts is far more difficult, especially if you are riding. This mount is easy to swap between bikes and goes onto just about any bar width, including grocery carts, strollers, or a treadmill. It is very secure in bumpy terrain. The case, sold separately, is slim compared to many others and looks good. The Peak design universal is not flawless. It requires you to buy a specific case for your phone, nearly doubling the cost and making it one of the most expensive mounts we reviewed. Additionally, this is the heaviest case and mount combo we tested. Most folks won't notice the extra weight, but anyone who wants to shave off grams may be better off with quad lock. If you love the design of the case like we do, we are happy to incorporate the case into our everyday lives. But if you prefer a different case for your phone, you now have to keep track of a separate and expensive case and swap your phone out for each ride. Unless your bars have a long stem, you won't be able to center the mount. Road cyclists who want the phone to be perfectly centered or out front prefer the Peak design out front bike mount described below. Despite these shortcomings, this case is secure, streamlined, and our favorite model for everyday commuting and long mountain bike rides. Number 2. Best bang for your buck. If you can get past the bulk of the Leeson bike phone holder, it is our favorite inexpensive universal bar mount. It works on every handlebar we tried and works with the 5 different phone and case combinations in our test. Even with a bulky case, this phone mount not only works but is surprisingly secure. We expected the Leeson to loosen and flop around on bumpy terrain, as most mounts of this design do. Nope. Due to the robust attachment point to the bar, this mount stayed secure even on rough roads and trails. It only takes 60 seconds to switch this mount from bike to bike. The big downside is the massive size of this mount. Everything about it is bulky, from the part that grabs your phone to the connection with your bars. If you are looking for sleek aesthetics, look for one of the cheap spider web style mounts like the Deerphone below. However, the Deerphone will cover the corners of your phone, does not work with giant phones and cases, and is not as quick to get on and off your bike. Once we got past the bulk, we were impressed with just how easy this mount is. One tester noted, "While I could opt for more expensive mounts on the in-office Gear Lab bikes, I decided to keep this affordable option instead." This is the ultimate thumbs up for any product I test. Number 3. Best on a tight budget. The difference with the Deerphone is the ability to completely detach the phone within seconds, which is super handy for taking a quick photo or running into a store. As a tester noted, once I got past the awkward product name, I was very impressed with how easy and sleek this mount is. It performs nearly as well as the Night Eyes Raptor in nearly every metric and is around half the cost. The VUP stands apart from the crowd as the easiest mount to set up. It was intuitive and only took 5 seconds to install on our handlebars. Our testers found this mount to be satisfyingly simple to use. Another great feature is that the mount can rotate to landscape and portrait orientations. The VUP also excels in being versatile. It can easily transfer from bike to bike or from bike to stroller. It is also very light for those counting grams. The VUP mount is user-friendly and performs fairly well due to its simplicity, but it still has some drawbacks. Compared to its similar competitor, the Night Eyes Raptor, the VUP mount is not nearly as stylish and is not quite compatible with the size range. Getting your phone in and out of the mount requires more effort, and part of the screen is blocked. If you plan to ride in bad weather, like our testers who bike commute to work most days, and want to use a weatherproof case on your phone, the VUP is not a great option. These differences made the Night Eyes stand out, but the VUP is a close comparison and costs almost half the price. The VUP is a good choice for riders on a budget or those using it occasionally. Number 4. Best Value One-Handed Operation. If you can't stomach the price tag of the peak design models, the Synstop C Gen 2 offers a ton of value. If the universal adapter sticks to your phone case, or phone itself, you only need to spend $30. We bought a new case for $10 to stick the adapter on, and it worked fine. However, we would recommend buying a case Synstop iPhone case specific to your phone for $18. Now you are all in for $48 compared to $110 for a similar peak design setup. We chose the mount that attaches to your stem, keeping it secure and centered on the bike. The downside is that it requires more time to install, and it might not be compatible with your bike. There is also a Synstop bar mount for the same price. So, how does it compare to the peak design? Our testers noted, it doesn't have the same cool magnet attachment, but it does have a little locking feature. So it's secure, but it just doesn't have the same ease of use as the peak design. Unlike the peak design, neither the phone-specific case nor the universal adapter is magnetic. So you can't use one case on both your phone and the mount in your car. For us, this is a big drag because we love having just one case for every application. If you prefer a specific case for your car and everyday use, and like having a separate dedicated case for your bike, the Synstop is a great value option. Number 5. Best Frame Mount Bag. The Wildman Bike Phone Mount Bag is an affordable option if you're looking for a bike phone mount with extra storage. This bag was easier to set up than the Rock Brothers waterproof bag because its Velcro straps and loops are larger and more conveniently placed. This mount protects your phone from all kinds of weather and is very secure on your bike, even though it jiggles a bit. The bag has enough storage space for extra gear like a wallet, keys, or a snack. The downside is that the bike bags are sizable and take up most of your top tube. It's hard to stand over the bike while the bag is installed, especially if you're a smaller person on a smaller bike frame. Moreover, the plastic that protects your phone simultaneously makes it more difficult to use. Phone screen glare and decreased touch screen sensitivity earned this mount a poor score in our ease of phone access metric. Lastly, some users found their phones overheated in the bike bag on hot days. The Wildman bag is a good pick if you want a weatherproof bike bag with ample storage. Those who desire better phone access should consider another model like the Peak Design Universal Bar Mount.